The Zodiac Killer, a name that sent shivers down the spines of San Francisco Bay residents. In the late 1960s, he haunted the streets, leaving behind cryptic messages, taunted the police, and played a deadly game with his victims for over 50 years. His true identity remained hidden in the shadows until now. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer. It all began on the night of December 20th, 1969. Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday were out for what should have been an innocent evening together, but their night would take a deadly turn. At 10:15 p.m, a gunman approached their car, and in a matter of moments, both teenagers were shot dead in cold blood. The killer, nowhere to be found. But this was just the beginning. This was the birth of the Zodiac Killer. Over the next few months, more killings followed. Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mogu were attacked in their car on July 4th, 1969. Though Michael survived the brutal assault, Darlene was not as lucky days later. The Zodiac Killer made his first real move, sending letters to 3 Bay Area newspapers, quoting, "I like killing people because it's so much fun. It's more fun than killing wild game in the forest, because man is the most dangerous animal of all." He signed each letter with a symbol, a crossover circle. Included parts of the cryptogram, daring police and public to solve it. He threatened to kill more unless the letters weren't printed on the front page. These letters weren't just confessions, they were challenges, and the Zodiac made sure everyone knew that. The Bay Area was gripped by fear. The killer was calculating, brutal, and loved the attention. His next confirmed attack came on September 27, 1969, with Brian Hartnell and Cecil Shepard were brutally stabbed at Lake Bursa. The Zodiac donned an executioner-style hood and etched his symbol onto Brian's car door before fleeing the scene. Despite the terrifying attack, Brian survived. Like the others, he was left with scars not just physical but mental. Zodiac was more than a killer now. He was a spectre feeding off the fear he created. He struck again on September 11th, 1969, and the dark night of October. This time, it was Paul Stein, a cab driver, gunned down in San Francisco wealthy Presidio Heights neighborhood. Unlike his previous victims, this wasn't a couple or someone's in a secluded area. The Zodiac has become bolder, and this was the moment where he began to taunt the police directly. He even sent part of the Paul Stein's bloody shirt to the newspapers. Investigators were desperate to catch him. They followed every lead, analyzed the cryptic message, and interviewed countless witnesses. But the Zodiac, he always was one step ahead. For years, the police, the FBI, and the amateur sleuths alike tried to crack the Zodiac's code. His most infamous cryptogram, the 340 character cipher, remained unsolved for over 50 years, but it was themselves, the taunting, the mockery, that gave investigations clues to his psyche. In December 2020, a breakthrough finally came. a team of code breakers from around the world using modern technology and pattern analysis deciphered the Zodiac's cryptic 340 cipher, and what did it reveal? More bragging. I hope you're having a lot of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner. The cryptic message didn't reveal his identity, but it reignited the investigation. The puzzle solvers had won a battle, but the war with the Zodiac was far from over. Over the years, suspects came and went. Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester, was one of the most compelling. He was the primary suspect for the decades, fitting many elements of the Zodiac's profile, but DNA testing on the letters sent by Zodiac's ultimately ruled Allen out. The hunt was back to square one. So who was the Zodiac? How did he elude captures for so long? The answer, as it turns out, may have been right under everyone's nose the entire time. In October 2021, a team of independent investigators called the Case Breakers made a shocking announcement. They claimed that a man named Gary Francis Post, a deceased Air Force veteran, was their prime suspect. Post's physical likeness matched police sketches and encrypted messages allegedly revealed Post's name with the Zodiac cipher. Post had a violent story including assaults on his own wife. His resistance was filled with disturbing evidence, dark room photos of young women, cryptic notes, and mysterious symbols similar to those used by the Zodiac. But even as the investigation pieces together clues, the full truth may never be known. Post died in 2018, taking any potential secrets with him to their grave. The Zodiac's signature riddles and games continue to haunt both investigations and the public to this day. And so, the Zodiac remains part enigma, part nightmare, a shadow cast over the past but still reaching into the present. We may be closer than ever to be unmasking him, but one question lingers: will we ever truly know who the Zodiac really was?